Tyvis Powell from the Browns Radio Network is on the Make It Right, Call Kyle Right hotline. Tyvis, my friend, how are you?
I am jealous. I'm jealous of seeing all these contracts. I tell you what, if Phillip Rivers can make a comeback, why can't I?
You should go. Hey, Tyvis, Browns might be able to use you, bud.
Well, I got to lose about 40 pounds and to get back to my playing weight, and then we can talk about it. See, the problem is, Daryl, when I was
it's kids. Kids put the weight on you. It's not
the
game.
It is the kids.
Yeah.
No, that's a real thing. I don't know why y'all act like that's fucking. Like, kids guarantee you 20 pounds. You know, you heard a freshman 15, it's a kid's 20. Like, it's going to happen.
Well, the problem is you're sitting at, and I'll explain this, and I know we should be talking football, but you're sitting at the table. You just paid for, let's just say you went out to eat. Your kid just ordered off the kids' menu. First of all, you probably liked that food when you were a kid. You ate your entire meal, and now your kid is not anywhere near finishing it. And all of a sudden, that grilled cheese sandwich that you really didn't want, half of it sitting there for you, you're like, I hate to waste that food. Let's eat it.
That is how I was more so chicken tenders, though, like chicken fingers or something like that. It's just like I don't want it to go to waste. And then I try to play the time where I don't want them to get in trouble by their mother. So, I try to eat some of it to make it look like they ate a lot.
Keep preaching. Keep preaching. All right, I know we got to get in the NFL. I also want to congratulate you on Bedford Hall of Fame. I saw some pictures with you, the coach, one of your former coaches, the mighty Steve Taringo there. It was very exciting to see some of your pictures from that, and I'm proud of you. Proud to say that I work with you, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Andy.
You are a good man. All right, what are the Browns going to do here? What do you think?
I don't know. I think that the Browns they're probably going to be late to the party on this one. I mean, Andrew Berry came out already and said that, next year is the year that they're going to spend a lot of money and make their big splash in free agency. So I'm not really anticipating a lot. I'm hoping that they do something with the offensive line just to have some more clarity so we can know kind of where they want to go with that pick at 6. Because right now, as it stands, I think they're going to take an offensive tackle. But obviously, if they make some moves, I think that, that might switch and they might go for a wide receiver. The draft is the only place where you can get top talent for cheap price.
Tyler Linderbaum, $20 to $25 million for a center. Would you do that if you're Andrew Berry?
Yeah, I think absolutely. If he's considered the best in the league or one of the best in your league and you're trying to get your line back together, I absolutely would do that. The center is the apex of the line. They're the smartest people. They're the people that set the protections, that can call out things, especially when you got a younger quarterback like that might not be able to see it right away. You need that offensive lineman, that center that can be smart enough to get people on the right path, that can call protections out himself and stuff like that. So I think that absolutely would help a young quarterback out. Whether you keep Shedeur or get a rookie next year, you still need a veteran center in there that can see those type of things. So I think that's absolutely worth it.
You have to think. I mean, if they went out and got Linderbaum, that is like a major pillar, like a Myles Garrett pillar. On the other side of the line, you said it. It's a center. It's just weird this perception of why you shouldn't pay interior offensive linemen as much as you would an exterior offensive line. To me, that's mind-boggling when the center – who else touches the ball on every offensive play? Who? Tell me.
Nobody outside of the quarterback, obviously. But, no, I think it's a very important position. Like I say, if you're going to have a young quarterback, whether that's Shedeur or if you do decide to go with somebody next year in the draft, you need somebody to be comfortable with. You need somebody that can, calm these quarterbacks down when things get sticky. I think that Tyler Linderbaum would be a fine spot to grab a center. We need offensive line. Andrew Berry has come out and said, we need an offensive line. We're trying to do what the Chicago Bears did. Well, that's part of trying to do what the Chicago Bears have done.
Chris Paul, the Commanders, another interior offensive lineman, has been connected to the Browns as far as interest goes there. I'm kind of with you, Tyvis. I do feel like that right now Andrew Berry's focus is on the interior of the offensive line and free agency, whether that ends up being Linderbaum, Paul, second, third, fourth-tier guys, and then spending that top first-round pick on a tackle. That just kind of feels like the approach Berry's taking, and also, too, maybe kind of waiting to see how the market plays out here on day one. We've seen him do this in years past, too, by the way, where, we get all excited about the big names, and then Barry comes in with those second and third tier guys. Do you kind of think that that's the way this is going to be playing out over the next day or two?
Yeah, that's my guess. I mean, one, you're seeing some of the big names fly off. If they get to Tyler Linderbaum, that would be you might as well pencil the Browns in for a Super Bowl, according to our fan base, because that's a big need right there. But I think when you look at a guy like Chris Paul, I think he's really good at pass blocking, but maybe not run blocking or vice versa. I can't remember if I got them backwards or not. But my thing with a guy like Chris Paul is I think he plays left guard. So, that would ultimately mean that Joe Bitonio is retiring, which a lot of people are leaning towards that way, and everybody believes that he's retiring anyways. But That would basically say, yes, that's the end of Joe Bitonio, because I think, if I remember correctly, that he plays left guard. Chris Paul plays left guard.
Tyvis Powell joining us on the Make It Right, Call Kyle Wright hotline. Kenneth Walker leaving Seattle to go to the Chiefs. Probably the second biggest news other than Travis Kelce coming back. I'm just kidding. It's bigger news than Travis Kelce coming back. But just tell me your thoughts on that Kenneth Walker's leaving Seattle, a Super Bowl MVP, to go to Kansas City.
It just shows you that the running back position still has not been valued the way it is. You would think, I thought it was going back. I thought things were swinging back to the old style of, being able to run the ball, have a good running back, but, though that nobody still want to pay that top dollar for that running back unless he's just truly elite. And, Kenneth Walker had a really good season, but by no means was it like a monster season like Saquon Barkley's 2 years ago. It was nothing like that. So I guess they look at it like we got Zach Charbonnet, and, we feel like we can draft a young guy to complement him, to get a speed back, because Zach Charbonnet will be your short yardage every down back, and then you get a speed back in there and try to do what the Lions did with David Montgomery and, Jahmyr Gibbs. That seems to be the hot topic for running backs nowadays, is to get two guys. You could probably hit that in the draft for sure, seeing that you got Jeremiah Love, and then after that, nobody really talking about the running backs after that. So you might get replaced with Kenneth Walker maybe in like a second or third round.
Yeah, a lot of quarterback news today. Malik Willis is going to the Miami Dolphins. Of course, the coach and GM spent the last couple years with him in Green Bay, so not a surprise there. Kevin Stefanski still loves him some left-handed Hawaiian quarterbacks. Tua and the Falcons are reportedly going to talk today. Just when you look at from the Browns' perspective, Tyvis, how do you think this whole thing's going to shake out with this quarterback situation? Do you think Andrew Berry's going to bring in another veteran here, or do you think he's going to try and find another project in the draft and otherwise go with the quarterback room as presently constituted?
I feel like
sorry. had to ask.
I think that if you go with a quarterback in the fifth round or fourth round or whenever, one of those late rounds, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're essentially doing exactly what you did last year, and I think that's kind of insane to do. But I get it. You do need to make some change to the quarterback room, whether that's just bringing in a veteran, bringing in a regular or a rookie. Like, I get those things. But to me, the focal point has to be on probably Shedeur Sanders, like whoever's going to be the one. I mean, or unless you think Deshaun Watson can give you that chance, which to me, I just don't understand what you're doing with that. Like, if Deshaun Watson goes out and plays well, do you re-sign him? I doubt it. So, like, what would be the whole point of that? And then it's like getting you further away from where you need to be, or the truth, to know where your franchise is going. So I think, to me, you got to play the Shedeur, good or bad. You just got to play it and let it ride out that way. Because if it's good, you got your guy. If you don't, you probably lose a lot of games and be in position to get another guy. So to me, if you're going to get a quarterback, like, in the draft, I'm assuming you're not going to get like a Drew Aller or something, because those guys will probably go like in the third round. Garrett Nussmeier. Like, I feel like we'll start seeing a run on those guys in the late second, early third rounds. So now, what you tell them? You getting a Taylor Green? Is that's a project guy who probably have to work with a couple of years. But if you're going to draft a quarterback the following year, then what was the point of taking him? So I don't know. Like, I think the best thing to do is probably get a veteran guy in there, because you're only going to sign him to a one-year deal, and that's just in case, if Shedeur is really bad, you don't want to go back to Deshaun, then probably go back to that veteran guy. So that's the only logical explanation. But, when you're dealing with the Browns, sometimes logic ain't always a thing.
Do you?
Truer words have never been spoken.
He said truer words have never been spoken. Hey, let me ask you this. Taylor Gabriel on the roster after the draft?
You mean Dylan Gabriel?
Or Dylan Gabriel, Taylor Gabriel. Sorry.
Don't even know the guy's name.
Oh, stop it.
Dylan Gabriel? Yeah, Dylan Gabriel will be on. I think he'll probably be around until till OTAs. I mean, you need at least 4 quarterbacks. He might even be around for preseason. I think you need 4 quarterbacks going into training camp in the preseason. So I mean, it's not like numbers wise, he wasn't bad. Like I think he had 9 touchdowns and 3 picks. Like you just want to see him push the ball out. And again, a lot of those quarterbacks that we had, going back to any of them. Joe Flacco's return, Deshaun's return, Shedeur at the beginning, and Dylan, they all threw the ball short. So obviously it had to be something that was being coached. I think you got to at least see what it looks like with Todd Monken, see maybe he can push the ball down the field vertically. He just wasn't asked to do that. I think you got to at least let OTAs play out logically because I think Dylan Gabriel does have tremendous accuracy when he's locked in there. So you at least let him spin for OTAs and the preseason, then make a decision there.
Baskin's really worried about Corey Bojorquez and his future. The punter market has just been set, though.
Oh, what is it?
This just in for Adam Schefter. Ravens free agent punter Jordan Stout, 3 years, $12.3 million with the New York Football Giants. Tyvis signing or re-signing Corey Bojorquez, priority, non-priority for the Browns?
I think that, you know what, we was talking about this on the Cleveland show like a week ago. I think that they're going to move on from Corey Bojorquez. When you listen to the new special teams coordinator talk, he kind of is basically saying, like, we're moving on. And the thing about –
why would you walk away from a punter that's actually effective? You just don't want to pay him that much?
I'm going to tell you why. Because I feel y'all. Everybody knows how I feel about Corey Bojorquez. He was my second favorite Brown after Denzel Ward. Go Bucks. Anyway, the reason why they're moving on from Corey Bojorquez is Corey Bojorquez does an amazing job flipping the field. Right?
Okay.
He can kick absolute bombs.
Yes.
But where he struggles at is the corner coffin punts. Trying to punt that ball and pin them inside the 10-yard line. He was like bottom in the league at that. And I think what they're saying is with this Todd Monken offense, they're going to get more first downs, meaning they're going to depend on pinning opponents down inside the 10, and he is not that great at that. So, yes, when your offense isn't good and you're not getting first downs and you're backed up, you need a punter to be able to boot the ball. But if you have confidence that your offense is going to be better, you need that guy to be able to pin those guys down inside the 10, and Corey is not good at doing that.
I'm going to count now. I'm counting every punt now. I'm counting every punt. We'll see how many times we're on the other side of the 50 and we're worried about coffin corner.
Hey, listen,
I'm worried about flipping the field.
I used to time the hang times during training camp, during the punter competition. So it's an important thing.
I'm just sorry. Our franchise needs good punters, and they need a guy who can flip the field. All right, before I let you go, I got to ask you one question because you're in Columbus. Ted Carter resigned today as the president of Ohio State University. How could or would that affect athletics?
I don't think it really affects athletics right now. I think that obviously he was a big part of athletics. He was a guy that everybody loved and respected and admired. But
he hired Ross.
Obviously you can't do the things that you do. I think athletics is fine. Obviously, you want the next guy, whoever they decide to go get, to also be a big fan of athletics and know how important it is to the university. Obviously, the big name is everybody wants Jim Tressel, but I think he's got bigger fish to fry right now.
Wow, could you see that? I didn't even think about that, having Tressel move over from lieutenant governor over to the president. He's got the experience.
Look, that would be a home run hire. I don't know if he would want to do that, but that would be a home run hire for sure.
He's got president experience at Youngstown State.
Yeah, I mean, at least in the interim, that would make. Although, why would you would you leave lieutenant governor to go be president of Ohio State?
That's a personal choice for him. I can't answer that. I would, because I don't want to do all that other stuff. But
well, that's true. But I mean, the thing that he loved at Akron and he loved at Youngstown State was the fact that, he would say stuff like, well, when I was coaching football, you have maybe 180 football players around you, in and out, stuff like that. And he loved teaching young men and being a teacher first. When he went to Akron, he started going, I love the fact that I have thousands now. Thousands. And so that's a good point. Tyvis, thank you. I like that. You give me something to think about.
Go Bucks. That's what I'm here for.
Go Bucks. All right, Tyvis, thank you. We appreciate you, and we will talk to you soon.
See y'all later. Go Bucks, go Browns, go Cavs, go Guards.
There you go. Tyvis Powell on the Make It Right, Call Kyle Wright hotline.